Well, I'm back yet again, earlier than I expected, as usual. Y'all, I'm in better spirits now. All the waterworks and stuff is over with. This doggone family counseling session on this Good Sunday is finally ended. And when I say being with a man that got a whole bunch of people in his family, they asked a whole bunch of questions. Soon as I called that man phone, it was like I wasn't able to get off the doggone phone. He didn't call me every hour on the hour since then, trying to get me out this doggone house, mainly so I can go over there and eat. Now they can cook. I ain't gonna lie, they can cook. I mean, they really can cook. I'll probably be able to learn a couple of things. But I already made my own Sunday dinner. I got salad, um, corn on the cob, chicken Alfredo, and garlic bread. I don't need nothing else. And y'all already know what I got for dessert. Yes, if you have not guessed it by now, I don't know why the hell you have not. Pecan pie and ice cream. And I have a movie date later on. It's over the phone movie date. I used to do it with my daughter's father, but shoot, if it wasn't broke, don't break it. So, it worked then, it may work again. That means, both parties being in two different homes but still watching the same movie and conversing over the phone while they watching the movie stuff, it's still communication. His uncle said that's what y'all need. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to communicate a lot. Y'all, I'm just like, okay, well, we talk a lot. He was like, no, y'all don't talk enough. Sending text messages. He said, I don't know nothing about that. That's y'all old people. I mean, he said that's y'all new age people stuff. He said we used to pick up the phone and have conversations and actually talk to one another. So I'm gonna take that tip. Y'all, his sister got on the phone. And I don't know if I was having a conversation with him or everybody else in the doggone family. Um, his sister ain't got no sense at all, like none at all. She was just like, girl, so why his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend tried to hit me up on Instagram? I said, you got Instagram? She was just like, yeah, you don't? I said, no. She was like, you old as hell. And I was just like, yeah, in a way. I said, I don't like all that extra stuff. I said, because people love to try to keep up with you and you keeping up with everybody else. I said, that means you don't really have time to keep up with your own life. I said, because everything is like it's like a show. I'm telling y'all like clockwork. I just got off the doggone phone. Okay, so anyway, let me hurry up and get done with this. Um, what was I saying? I was like, yeah, I said, I think that's just like a whole little front or whatever. I said, people be putting all this stuff on social media. I said, and they really don't be living like that in real life. I said, so I'd rather actually just live my life in real life and not worry about social media. She was like, okay, that makes sense. But she was like, I told her, don't try to hit me up and don't be trying to be my friend. She was like, my brother got a baby on the way. I said, I know you didn't lie. I said, no, you didn't lie. I said, not only did you not lie to that woman, I said, you lied on my uterus. I said, she was like, because y'all gonna have a baby. She said, because I need a nephew. Now, trust and believe, these folks got kids. And I told you he has a daughter. Um, I don't talk too much about his child because I don't be around her like that. Like I don't be around her that often to be talking about her or whatever. She's a beautiful young lady. And that's all I can say. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's very smart. She's respectful. Y'all, it ain't too many damn people out here that got respectful ass kids. Like shit, she respectful to her mama and her daddy. And from what I understood, because I've been around him a couple of times and I didn't heard conversations where him and his daughter's mother talk. They have a great relationship. I'm not too much worried about that at all. They have a very mutual understanding. I think his daughter's mother is married too. So, you know, I don't think that she even too much caring about him. Like she don't be invested in his life like that, and he's not really invested in hers. It's really all about their child. And she has two other children besides the oldest child that she has by him. So, that's good. And he came from a very good example of a blended family. His mother is the stepmother of his father's oldest children, as well as his mother actually has a daughter from a previous relationship or something like that. So I guess both of these people, his mom and his father, came, excuse me, into a relationship or into their relationship in marriage, in union, however you want to put it, with children by somebody else. So he was like, I already know how to blend families and whatnot. So I was, just talking to him. Well, not him, because I believe I was on damn speakerphone. Could y'all just imagine a house with a lot of people in it? Just a lot of people, y'all. When I went by there one time with him, I was just shocked. Like, look at all these damn kids every fucking way. I was like, look at all these damn people. Like everybody saying, hey, my name is so and so. I'm this. I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna fucking remember that in a minute. I'm not. I don't. Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit. Now I got a big family too. I just don't be around them, so it kind of shocked me a little bit. But I was something like all them damn kids, and his mom. No, it was his dad, and he was just like, yeah, shoot, all your damn kids will get right along with all the rest of these damn kids, and it was just funny because his daddy like he has no filter at all. Especially once he get like one or two of them beers in him, oh, it's over with. But dude, really, really cool. Anywho, um, he just kept on saying, "Girl, you gonna put on some clothes so you can come over here and eat?" And I was just like, "No, I already got some food together." He said, "It ain't even really about the eating." He said, "We trying to get you out that damn house." He said, "You just cooped up in the house all the damn time." He said, "You act like you in prison." I said, "Well, shit, I feel like it sometimes." He said, "Well," he said, "prisoners break out all the time." And I was just like, "Well, he got a good damn point, but." It ain't even that. I lied to them people and told them I had to go to work tomorrow, even though I do not have to go to work tomorrow at all. I just didn't feel like getting up and putting on no clothes. I don't feel like combing my hair. Um, I've been wearing my hair in this doggone ponytail for the longest, and something got to give about it. So I need to be here getting myself together. I've been walking around with a bunny on, and yeah, before I even just come back around, everything just got smooth over today. So I ain't want to just rush everything because I'm not committing to a relationship with a man and his family. It has to be a commitment between me and him, and his family is just a plus. So it's like when we get this together, then I'll be around you guys, okay? It's not like I don't care about being around y'all. And when I say his family, just like a whole bunch of other people, black families, now I say that even though his family, most of them ain't black, like they light skinned as hell. And I was saying something about the light skinned people, and I was like, I don't really like light skins. And his daddy was just like, so, what about that light skinned dude you was telling me about? And I was just like, what light skinned dude you talking about? And he was just like, your son. He was like, hey, the light skinned one. I said, that's completely different. He said, well, you can't say you don't like light skins when you got a son that's real, real, real bright. He said, did you see that boy? Hell, the way he was cracking jokes on my son, and I couldn't even get mad. I was just like, hey, bro, you got me on that one. You got me. His mom ain't had too much to say at all. Like, she's a woman of a lot of words, but very few. She was just like, y'all all right? I was like, yes, ma'am. She said, okay. And she went on about her doggone business. She was like, I'll talk to you later. You got my number. If you need to call me, call me. If not, then whatever. She was like, call me if you need me. Um, I'm still very skeptical about them coming to this court date with me. But his mama just like, look, if your mama ain't there, she said she would want another woman that's gonna be there for you, that's gonna stand up for you. She said, if your mama ain't gonna do her job, she said, then I'm gonna be there. I don't know how to tell her no because this is not they obligation. But at the end of the day, if somebody's obligated to actually want to be there for you when it comes to you and your kids, why would you tell them no? I done told this man no several times when it comes to being up there in court dates. I'm just like, look, bro, me and you just talking. I don't know if this gonna work out. Why in the world would you just be standing in front of a doggone judge like you just gonna be here for the rest of my life or my children's life? Like that's not correct. If you ask me, in my mind frame, that's not correct because the only people that really need, and I'm not throwing no shade to nobody else. I know y'all listening. I really don't care about y'all listening, but still, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all at all. Them videos down below, every damn thing to do with y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I'm not finna sit here in front of a judge and bring somebody as a character witness or a witness or just stand beside me if I don't even know where our relationship gonna go. Because if I'm standing in front of a judge about my children, those are my children that I'm gonna have to be there for, and I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. This other person on the side of me may not. So that's the only reason why I have something to say when it comes to other people surrounding the situation with my children or being around. Because if you're not gonna actually be around, and not even just be around, if you're not gonna care for my children, nurture my children, really care about their well-being and what's best for their future, then I don't want your ass even in the picture to begin with. So I mean, it's a lot of that, and maybe by the time this court date, if we don't get one sooner, from my understanding, which may be, um, then yeah, I mean, December's not that far away. Might as well say maybe like 30 days. In 30 days, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to figure out where this situation between me and this man going. Because when he asked me to marry him, I was just like, boy, you crazy as hell. I was like, first of all, I got to get out of one marriage to actually marry you. And he was just like, oh, well, my uncle can help with that. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, oh, you ain't know that my uncle got connections. And I was just like, well, no, I don't know nothing too much about your people. They are very educated people. They got all kind of different folks in their family that do a whole bunch of other stuff. And then not to mention his aunt. Um, his aunt had to go through the same situation that I'm going through currently. And she was just like, baby, I can show you how to put it in the paper and all the rest of that. She said, you don't know where that man stay at. And I'm telling y'all right now that if it happened, I'm lying. I'm going to go ahead and lie. Well, I don't know where the man that I'm supposed to be legally married stay at. I ain't never been around. I don't know the address, nothing. I don't know nothing. She was like, baby, that ain't nothing. We can go ahead and clear that up real quick. And I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Yeah, because I done had people bring me in their family just to be like, well, we finna, and behind my back, just, we finna do this to her, we finna do that to her. And that, it scares me, but you will feel good people. You know, their energy don't lie. And these people don't want to do nothing but crack jokes, which is made me laugh, um, feed me. Baby, they got me on that one. They all they care about is feeding me. And y'all, the dessert table be looking just as delectable as the doggone dinner table. Like, oh my God. I don't know what event that I went to. It was probably just a regular gathering because they get together at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. And I'm talking about everybody from the grandmama to the sisters to all the sisters' kids and the uncle's kids and all their kids. And it's just a lot of kids and a lot of people. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of food. Um, his daddy said something about me smoking cigarettes. He said, yeah, marijuana, we all right with that around here. He said, but them cigarettes, baby, they gotta go. He said, you can't be out here with these men smoking cigarettes with us. He's like, cause you don't see no women out here, which at the end of the day, I'm not even really tripping off that either, because if my daddy was here, he'd probably say the same thing. My daddy called me smoking a black and mild one time, y'all, and he was like, so you smoking cigarettes now? I was like, Dad, it's not even a cigarette. It's a black and mild. He said, you know what? That's actually worse than a cigarette. So y'all, I used to smoke wine black and mild until I couldn't get the doggone smell off of my clothes. And my daddy was saying something about the black and milds being worse than cigarettes. So I went to cigarettes. And still all the same bad, but um, he was like, yeah, go ahead and give me that. Now I don't believe his daddy's supposed to be smoking, but I passed his daddy the cigarette because he told me to give it to him, and I can't tell no grown man no. And I went in the kitchen with the mama, and it was something that she was cooking, some like pasta, something dish, oven baked. I don't know. It was had a whole bunch of stuff in it, and apparently her son really liked it. So I stood over there beside her, and I was just watching her. And I apparently wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, because she was just like, "Baby, cut that up for me while you just standing there. You need to be doing this. Go over there and stir that pot." And I was just like, "Okay." Another woman ain't gonna let another woman cook in her kitchen. She said, "You see all these doggone people in this house?" She said, damn, but I'm trying my best not to cuss. She was like, you see all these doggone people in my house. She said, I need some help in this kitchen. She said, if you're going to be in here, y'all can't just be standing around. She said, my daughters don't cook at all. Apparently, her children don't cook. Now, I believe the uncle's daughter cooked a lot. And I think her sister's daughter, I don't know. It's a lot of them doggone people. It's too many. If you ask me, I can't get my head wrapped around it. But anyway, so I'm in there with her, and that's when the sister kept on coming back to me. So when you and my brother gonna have a baby? And I'm just like, so y'all just skip over marriages, huh? Y'all just skip over. She was just like, honey, she said, I had 3 kids by my husband before we end up getting married. She said, now we got 5. She said, we still together. She said, that marriage, she said, either it's gonna come or it's not. She said, we don't care nothing about that. She said, we care about healthy relationships, healthy, happy relationships. She said, baby, and sex is a part of it. She said, and most of the time when you have sex, you end up having a baby. And I was just like, at this present time, I hadn't even had sex with her brother. So I was something like, girl, if we get there, um, I guess. But she was just like, yes, because I need a nephew. She was like, because apparently, I don't know if there's not that many boys in their family. But I told them, I was like, well, I got 4 boys. I was like, I have 4 boys and 3 girls. And they was like, what? Then I lied. I just lied. I said I got 4 boys. I have 5 boys, y'all. Dang. I forgot all about one. No, I didn't forget. It's just doing the math, doggone it. Shit. Sometimes be a little off track a little bit, but I have 5 boys and 3 girls, and they was I think his uncle said, well, about time somebody around here to throw a football, and I was just like, well, my son plays football. He said he do, and he was like, he ain't one of them scrawny ones, is he? I said no. I said he really hefty. I said, he kind of fit. He said, oh yeah, we could do something with him. He was like, oh yeah, we can. I was like, do something with him. My mind frame of thinking. He was just like, no. He said, yeah, we on the right track over here. I said, well, I got a couple of other ones too. He said, yeah. He said, but we only need one that's gonna play football. He said, we need one that's gonna do something else. Just feeling the vibe and listen to how they was talking. That was the first encounter that I actually had being around his family. Same doggone situation happened earlier when I just got off the phone, and that was him just texting me. So I'm gonna have to cut it short, real short. Because my movie date starts at 7. Apparently he must be gonna be at home by 7 o'clock. Cause being over there, y'all, I can't have no doggone conversation when there's so many people talking. I'm talking about you hear football, you hear folks just laughing loud, you hear people, and I'm just like, and then he just talking to folks just constantly. That's how it is when you around a whole bunch of family. And I'm just like, well, do you want to call me back? Oh no, I ain't gonna call you back. I'm good. I'm just like, okay. Well, I'll just sit here. And then every time I get quiet, he's just like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just sitting here, watching TV. I really was eating, and I put the phone on mute, y'all, and I didn't want him to hear me too, because I was going in, y'all. I'm finna go get me another bowl of chicken Alfredo in a minute. I know that's not a Sunday dinner, but still, that's just what I wanted since yesterday, and I decided to make it today. So that's what I'm eating. So I was being honest because I told him that I told my daughter's father, that I was gonna give him a plate yesterday. Now y'all know we wasn't talking yesterday, so y'all can't say, "Look, she going back and forth." No, because I'm not. Period. And he was just like, he said, "Oh, so there you go with the bullshit again." I was like, "Man, bro," I said, "I was just trying to feed him." I said, "Man, that man done fed me a lot of times." I was like, "He done fed me even when I was pregnant with my son." I said, "That wasn't even his child." I said, "But he went and got me some food and brought it to my job because I was hungry." And he was just like, "So what was his dad at?" I said, "We ain't gonna speak about somebody that wasn't doing nothing." I said, "He was probably somewhere doing whatever. Who knows?" And he was just, I said, "That's the reason why you don't like my daughter's father." He was just like, "Yeah, because he need to understand that his role is to take care of his daughter, not you and all the rest of your kids." And I'm just like, "Well, excuse the hell out of me." I said, "He's the person that's been, helping me take care of all the kids. So I guess until it was another man present in his eyesight, then that's what he was doing." I said, "But we still friends." He was just gonna do that because I'm his friend and I was hungry. I don't even know if I called him. Well, I ain't even gonna flex, y'all. Dallas done brought me a couple of. Well, Dallas done brought me some food to my job too when I was pregnant with June, because I was working at Food City, and Dallas used to come in there all the doggone time. It was like clockwork. Like, I guess he just knew when I was at work, just like he knew when I was at the Family Dollar, because he would be there all the doggone time, even though he wasn't supposed to be, because he had order protection out against me. Your ass gonna get in trouble for that too, Mr. Wyatt. But enough about you. Um, yeah, Dallas brought me some food too. I guess they wanted to try to get in good with me or something like that. And it confuses this man that I'm talking to, because he just like, how in the world was these men doing all this extra good stuff for you? And then all of a sudden you just supposed to be so bad to the point where they need order protections. His uncle said, "Them motherfuckers ain't shit." He said they about a whole bunch of bullshit. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh, because he an older man and actually drink a lot of beer, and he don't have no filter at all. He just gonna say exactly what comes to his mind. And I just sat there and I shrugged my shoulders like, "Man, I don't know." I said, I don't know. Because he was just like, ain't no man finna sit there and just be taking money out his pocket to feed a woman that's pregnant by another man if they didn't actually have real care and genuine love for that person. I said, yeah. I said, it was supposed to be that way. I said, but being surrounded by other folks, I said, then, when people get in relationships with other females and stuff, I said, their demeanor changes. I said, unlike mine. So that's what he didn't like about the fact that I offered my daughter's father a plate of chicken Alfredo. I'm just like, well, he like fucking pasta. That I do know that. Like, he liked chicken Alfredo. I said, and that was kind of like the first thing that I ever cooked, and I asked him if he wanted to play. Me and him wasn't even dating when I asked him if he wanted to play then. So I was just being generous. Um, got my ass chewed for that too, but it is what it is. But anyway, so his niece get on the phone, and she was just like, we got picture day at school or something like that. And she was just like, "Do you mind if you can do my hair?" She was like, "I want some box braids, but my mama don't want to do them." And she was like, "I know you can do her." And I was something like, these people already asking me for doggone favors and stuff. I was just something like, oh Jesus. And I told her, I said, baby, I really don't want to do your hair because my children's hair look a mess right now. I said, and I don't want my girls, to feel some type of way about me. Um, and that's just being honest. Like I would definitely do it. But y'all, if y'all could see my daughter's hair right now, it seriously, it looks horrible. Like their heads look horrible. And then folks want over here putting hair dye and stuff in my children's head that's 10 and 11 years old. And I'm just like, but y'all don't care about my children's hair being moisturized. My kids are not white. And my kids are not mixed. The daddy's girlfriend don't know how to take care of my children. Hell, she over here using 2-in-1 conditioner and some leave-in and stuff. No, baby, my children, they need actual moisturizer and stuff in their hair. The ends need to be clipped. They out here wearing afros. I mean, I understand that they daddy mixed, but they mama white. So they only got like a quarter of white in them. Well, I can't even say that because his mama wasn't even all the way white. She was Indian and white. So how much is a half a they got like 12, 13% white in them. So they hair don't work like she thinking it's gonna work. And I'm just like, nah, because my daughter's walking around looking like ain't no telling who and what by the head. So I can't do nothing to your hair or whatever. And she was just like, well, that's okay. And the little girl was like, well, whenever your kids come back home, can we have a movie date? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I was just like, sure, we sure can do that. So her uncle, which is the man that I'm talking to, jumped on the phone. He was just like, "Oh yeah, I got a lot of stuff planned for y'all." And I was just like, "You ain't tell me about it." He said, "Well, a man that actually makes plans ain't finna sit there and tell nobody else his plans. He just gonna go ahead and plan it out, and he gonna execute the plan." I was something looking at him like, "You asshole!" Like, the dude mouth really, really slick, like extremely slick. I like it in a way, but in a way, I be something looking at him, or even door the phone, should I say, like, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and kind of tuck your lips if you don't want me to constantly keep on going back and forth with you. But I think he like when I go back and forth with him or something like that. It's weird, really weird. It's cool though. I guess it keeps the relationship alive, whatever. But y'all, I'm happy that his mama called me. I'm talking about straight out of doggone church too. I was something like, dang, what happened? Was it a revelation or something? What was said in church to make her call? She was just like, no. She said, I seen my son. She said, I seen the look in my son's face. And she said, I'm not gonna sit there and just sit around and watch my child when I know he actually cared. And I was just like, do you think your son really cared about me? She said, yeah. She said, because my son said that you don't have nobody else to care for you. And I was like, dang. I was like, so you think that man could have cared about me like that way before I decided to get him my behind? And she was like, yes, baby. She said, well, um, his parents actually got married before they had sex to begin with because that was one of their stipulations because they felt like, both of them came in a relationship with a child. So they felt like that's what they did wrong in their previous relationships was, putting incorporating sex in a relationship that really didn't have a commitment. So and they was like, well, this time we decided to take sex out of the commitment. She said, I seen what type of man he was gonna be to my children. She said he used to pick up, well, not children, I think daughter, because her oldest daughter is not by him. And she was like, he used to pick up my daughter for school. He used to do all kind of things for my child. I used to make sure that I'm there for his son and earn his son clothes and just do, the things that the roles need to be doing for the other parent. Because when, one parent has the child, the other parent or parent figure needs to do. I hope y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Like, so when she had time or spent time with him and he had his son, she would do like motherly duty things, like showing him how to earn his clothes or making good meals and stuff for him. Something that the daddy probably didn't do. He probably went through a drive-through or something and just bought him something to eat. Um, just like the father used to go pick up her daughter from school and stuff like that. Apparently, her daddy didn't do that, and I guess that was something that was special to the little girl. Well, she ain't no little girl no more; she a grown ass woman. But I'm just saying, in that moment, and she said we just made it more about blending a family and actually having a solid staff, foundation, whatever. And she said it worked. She said, and eventually, it wasn't too much about this man wanting to marry me just to have sex with me. She said he wanted to marry me so he can actually know in his heart that what he started, it ain't gonna go nowhere. And it's solid. She said, and he wanted to go ahead and lock me down, girl. That was so funny. And I was like, well, I feel that. So, I'm excited, y'all. Like dead ass really excited just to be able to have guidance. No matter what his relationship goes, like to be able to be guided by mature, can't forget that, mature people that's been through situations in life like I have. Non-judgmental people that act like, you know, everything they do was correct. And they look down on whatever you do, even though the same mistakes they probably have made you to made too. But whatever. Um, and then a doggone like siblings that don't look, and y'all, when I say I'm finna end on this note because this is what got me. He said, you know what? He said, I know you was the one when I found out that you lived in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you been staying here all your doggone life, and you ain't slept with none of my siblings or none of my relatives. He was like, cause it ain't too many females that I can find out here that ain't slept with somebody that I know. And I'm just like, boy, I'm done with you. And with that being said, I'm done, y'all. I'm finna go ahead and return this phone call, and I hope y'all have a great Sunday. Bye.